I'm Dr. Bradley Naylor. I just am beginning a position as the Director of Choral Activities at Ohio University School of Music, and I'm an assistant professor. SMO was kind of my first point of contact, the first thing I knew about Ohio University when I was thinking about applying for the job. And I knew of its reputation from a friend of mine who sang in the Singing Men of Ohio when he and his wife were plugged into the School of Music about 15 years ago. And he told me stories of Ira Zook and Peter Jargisian and Raymond Feener and all of the wonderful conductors that have led the Singing Men of Ohio. And he told me a little bit about the tradition of men's choral singing that goes back beyond 1989 to the early part of the 20th century. I'm expecting some musical things. So I know some of the traditions, the touring, the alumni weekend this year in March, but I don't know all of the social traditions just yet. I'll keep a secret for one more semester, but there's a new song brewing from Dr. Naylor for the Singing Men of Ohio.
So SMO, simply put, is an 80-member men's choir here at Ohio University. It's been around since 1989, steeped in a lot of tradition, through the university and through its members and founders like Ira T. Zook.
SMO's a brotherhood. It's pretty much exactly what you get on the tin. It's all these different people coming together in song.
Kind of, sometimes people almost compare us to a fraternity in a way. I don't think I would go as far to say that we are a fraternity, but that brotherhood aspect is something that is very important to us, and it is really cool to see that in a choir, because I feel like most choirs that you're in, it doesn't have that strong of a bond.
I think that it's something other than just a choir made up of a bunch of guys. And I know a lot of people have said that it's a brotherhood, but it's so much more than just a brotherhood. It's a place where you can find yourself. It's a place where you can start a base for where you want to be and who you want to be as a person.
It's something that no matter where we're coming from or what our interests are outside of it, that we know we want to come together 3 times a week and sing with Dr. Naylor and everyone else.
SMO to me means, for me, just college, honestly. I've been in this group all 8 semesters of my college career. I've gotten to know a lot of great people, a lot of mentors, and just a lot of great friends have evolved from this group. So it's something I've always been really thankful for. And to be able to go through multiple directors and just benefit from all of them has been really special to me.
Hey guy, what's up? Stupid
So this year we sailed the Singing Breeze. We traveled to Asheville, North Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina, Daytona Beach, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, Lexington, Kentucky, and back home to Cincinnati, Ohio. And I planned this tour because I wanted to give SMO the traditional college spring break experience. And I know we haven't been down south in a couple of years, so Daytona Beach was our destination stop, and we hit so many amazing cities along the way.
So NoSMOs are where we call the freshmen up to the front of the bus, and it's basically just kind of like an interview, kind of get to know them better, but over the mic on the bus, so that everyone is listening and everyone's getting to hear the questions and answers.
Do you know your high school alma mater?
Yes.
No. I don't think so.
You're in a singing group.
No, I'm good.
And I was just the person that was up there interviewing them and asking the questions and keeping things moving along with them.
Oh gosh. Our strong band can ne'er be broken, formed at Hoover High. Our surpassing welcome unspoken, sealed by friendship's tie.
You just gotta embrace it.
Another icon of SMO Tour, kind of the whole motto of SMO Tour this year, embrace it. There's always one.
Hashtag embrace it.
Embrace it is a movement. It is a calling. It is an answer to everything that you want to know if you ever doubt yourself. Embrace it.
And just embrace it and you'll get through it.
Oh my gosh, you gotta embrace it. Hashtag embrace it. Okay, so for starters, Colin and I'm Colin Gardner, for anyone who doesn't know. Colin and I, we had a little Snapchat feed going on called hashtag Colin on Colin. But day one of doing this, we met, we had our first homestay. Then about 20 minutes later, we're sitting down chatting still. And I'm not gonna lie, I gave this pretty big sob story about how Colin and I met when we were like 16 and like how we've been best friends ever since and how we literally have like spent every single day together since we were like 16 years old and how just like how like close we are and how crazy good friends we are. And then she was like, she's going to bed and she's like, man, I don't get your guys' lifestyle, but I embrace it. And it just kind of grew, like all of SMO like was saying embrace it. And that was really cool my senior year to like have that impact on the group. I really hope like 10 years from now, people are saying like, yeah, man, you gotta embrace it.
So by some miracle, Singing Men of Ohio ended up in Daytona Beach during the largest bike gathering in the world. And during this gathering, we were staying at a resort that was also filled up with bikers.
Yeah, I love it. I'm a big car guy, a big bike guy. I was in heaven. I was somewhat more interested in motorcycles than I was. That's a complete lie. I love water so much, but I was really interested in motorcycles.
Daytona Beach was a great time. There was a ton to do. A friend and I, in addition to checking out the beach and going out, we also did some cultural stuff.
So we went down to the free dinner in the lobby. College guys, free food. Of course we're going to be there. The word spread quickly that we were a men's chorus, and we ended up singing a couple songs for all the bikers. And I believe a chef from the kitchen actually sang with us as well. I don't know how he knew the words, but he was there. And after we sang, I knew I had to take my shot. I was not going to have this chance again. I walked up to a biker and I was like, hey, this is kind of weird, but can I ride your bike, please? Like, I really want to do this. And he's like, okay, meet me in the lobby in 5 minutes. I was like, let's go. And he took me on a ride around Daytona, and it was wonderful.
And so, as I understand it, he got to go and ride on one of these motorcycles. I don't know. I saw some of the video from that. It sounded like a lot of fun. Daytona takes from you when you go there. That's one of the sacrifices you make on going to Daytona for spring break. But thankfully, we retrieved him. A changed man, but he did have to come home with us to Ohio, going back to Athens town.
Hey, man, my name is Bruce, man. I'm a Jamaican shark. Swam all the way down here from Jamaica. Met up with the boys in Daytona Beach, man. It's been a long ride. Got to sing Smoker last night. Dope. Man.
Bruce is a shark, and he is a puppet, and man, he's a very interesting type of guy, and I thought he was really funny.
He's got this great Jamaican accent. He says "Ja man" to everything you say. It's really great.
Bruce man. Bruce was a legendary character this year on tour, and I conducted Johnny Smoker with him in Atlanta, and that's all I have to say. I hope he makes an appearance down the road.
Are you supposed to? Hey man, anybody got water for
Oh, hours of fun.
Hey guys, does anybody have water? Like a water bottle?
So SMOcumentary is the one time of the year when all the alumni, all the current SMO get to finally get together, meet back in the home grounds of Athens, Ohio. To me, what that means is we get to see old faces and they get to meet new faces. And in the past, it's always been, you know, let's meet with our cliques and a reunion of sorts. But definitely this year, I saw a lot more intermingling, which I thought was really cool to see. That was one of my big goals going into this year, was making sure that guys just didn't separate themselves, current and old SMO, but they really came together and were talking again. And maybe that's because they went to school together. But it's just a great time for everyone to make music together and, you know, be back in Athens and everything like that. We get to meet the guest conductor this year is Dr. Jonathan Reed from Michigan State, and he introduced his songs to us, got to do some conducting.
Dr. Reed definitely had a way of leading the ensemble, getting them excited about singing, really embracing their inner loud voice. I don't know, just really funny, but also really productive. I felt like we learned a lot that weekend.
He was intense. That guy was crazy. He woke me up, man. Like I was leaning back in my chair when he walked in. He just he takes it from a 5 to a 10 the second he walks in the room. That guy was something. He was wild.
Dr. Reed had this kind of like a traditional South African song that he liked. And he's like, hey, do you guys just want to learn this song? And we're like, sure. And so just by rote, he taught us how to sing this really cool song. And I thought it really fit the spirit of the group. It's just like, we got this amazing director teaching us just for no other reason than we just want to, this really cool song.
I think that when I first arrived in Athens, I had a lot of people tell me what to expect of being the director of the Singing Men of Ohio. That it was a group of spirited young men, that it was a group that had a really strong social component to the organization, and I think that I perhaps was unnecessarily concerned that those social aspects might stand in the way of excellent musicianship. And I found that rather it turned out to be rather the opposite, that the social fabric of the group encouraged and nourished its collective musicianship. And I was really pleased that that was the case.
Years with the Singing Men of Ohio. Where'd all the time go?
Yeah, man. Where did the time go?
Oh, hey, Bruce.
What's up, man?
You know, nothing much. What was your favorite part of the year?
My favorite part of the year was singing on tour with all the boys, man. You know what they say, when you smoke for life, man.
Smoke for life, man.
Hell yeah.